Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Tai Chi in the Park. My name is Simone Olivier. I'm the director of Four Dragons Tai Chi, and we are here again at the Waterworks at Buffalo Bayou Park for our Xing Yi practice, our 5 fists of Xing Yi. And with the hurricane on its way, let's be the eye of the storm during our practice today. And we're going to do our warm up, our Qigong practice, and then go into our 5 fists of Xing Yi, going through all 5 fists, if at all possible today. So let's go ahead and find yourself a space where you can move around comfortably, taking 5 to 6 steps to your left and to your right. And let's go ahead and get warmed up. Inhale, bring your arms up. Taking in a nice, long, slow, deep breath. Exhale, sink down. Feel your tailbone reaching down. And taking your mind down with you, bringing it down into your body. Imagining that your mind is sinking down into your heart, sinking down into your hips, into your pelvic bowl. Letting ourselves wind down from a full day. And let's get in touch with our breath with a few more rounds. Let your breath become slower. Let your inhalation and exhalation become long and even, meaning that you're not forcing the breath in or forcing it out, just allowing it to come in, working with where you are and letting the breath settle. Begin to actively relax the body. Feel the spine grow longer as the breath grows longer. And allow your breath to move deeper into your body, down into the bottom of the lungs, opening up the lower back. Relax your head, your neck, your shoulders. Relax down through the core, releasing tension from your chest. And let your breath become smoother. So just like our movements are smooth and rhythmic, we want our breath to be smooth and rhythmic. And as our breath becomes more effortless, we return back to our natural breathing. This is how we are supposed to breathe. Normally throughout our day. But as our mind races, our breath races, or sometimes we're thinking so much, we hold our breath, we forget to breathe. When we forget to breathe, we forget to nourish ourselves, nourish our body. So let's take some more time. And really bring in some chi for our practice today. Bring your arms down by your side. And let's start with our simple warm-up. Twisting from the waist, tapping around the waistline. Loosening up any tension from the lower back, maybe from standing too long, maybe from sitting too long. Whatever the case may be, the back gets tight. Maybe it's from picking up those extra gallons of water in preparation. Either way, we got to let it unwind. And now tapping the kidneys and connecting the lungs. Tapping the lung point at the front of the shoulder. Waking up the kidneys in the lower rib cage. You may notice that from this warm-up exercise, your inhalation becomes stronger. This is one way we experience how all of the internal organs work together. Kidneys helping to pull the lungs down on the inhalation. And strong lungs, making sure that we can exhale fully. Both are equally as important to our health. And then let the hand come up a little bit higher, tapping the upper trapezius, the area where the head and the neck and the shoulders meet, where we hold a lot of tension. And slowly unwind that. And we're going to hit a couple of meridian points, acupressure points in the body. Take your hands, palms down, thumbs tucked down, tapping the corner side of the hands together, waking up the lung and large intestine meridians, and tapping the wrists together, opening up the heart and pericardium. And other side. And palms up, tapping the hands together. Waking up the small intestine meridian, all related to the heart, the digestive fire, as well as the heart fire. And then tapping just below the elbow on the meaty part of your forearm, another lung point. The lungs help to bring the chi into the body, the chi that can be used for the rest of the organs. And other side. Take your thumb into the center of your armpit. It's a little tender, so be gentle and just gently massage the heart one point. There's also some tendons in there. Just loosening that up. And then the other side, as well as possibly some lymph, so be gentle in this area. Noticing if there's any tenderness in there. All right, and making 2 gentle fists, tapping the kidneys again one more time. And then going down to the outer hips, loosening up the outer corners of the hips. This is very good for the hips. Also good for the spleen and gallbladder. Sorry, the stomach, gallbladder channels. And then going down to the top of the thighs, straighten the arms, top of the thighs. Go down a little bit further to the middle of the thighs. Just above the knees. Back of the knees, gently tap. Just below the knees. And come up to standing. Let's tap our heels, 3 sets of 6. Bouncing on the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one. Soften the knees to let the lower back release. And let's shake it out. Shake out your legs. Knees going in and out. And just letting the muscles be loose. And now bring the knees forward and back, shaking it out. And relax, and taking one hand forward and back until we're doing like the washer machine, the agitation. Shaking up the rest of the body. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake out all the tension, all the stagnation, everything from today, and release. Shake it out. Let's take a few deep breaths. Inhale, see how you feel. I hope you feel like you're having a good time, like you're having some fun. All right, take a wider stance, turn your toes out. Working on warming up the legs very gently. Bringing your knees over your ankles. If your knees are going beyond your toes, widen your stance. Think about the position of your pelvis, letting it be neutral, keeping your stance low so we're not going up and down like a triangle. We're going sliding across left and right. We're also kind of making this arcing shape with our legs as well. This rounded barrel shape. Smooth gliding movements. And if we want to go down a little bit further, widen your stance. Trying to keep your shoulders over your hips as much as possible. Instead of letting the chest come forward, it makes it easier. However, if you come down into the low squat, the chest will come forward. And if this is not possible for you today, just leave it here. We don't have to push it. And coming back to center, Let's do a little twisting. Turn your right foot out or your left foot out. Rotate on the ball of your back foot. Spiral. Spiraling the whole body. Twisted dragon. This helps us when we're turning in our Beng Quan, our stomping fist or crushing fist. Helping to open up those outer hips a little bit deeper. Letting the muscles spiral around the bones. Loosening up the fascia. And coming back to center, crossing behind in our lotus stance. Coming down to a comfortable position, step behind. As you step behind, your knee comes behind the front knee. Two more. And release. Take your hands behind you. Grasp the wrist if you can. If not, use a towel or a strap. Opening up the solar plexus. Reaching up towards the sky, reaching up to the crown of the head, and then roll down the body, roll the chest down. And then switch arms if you can. Sometimes it's not because the shoulders are tight, it's because the shoulders are broad, the chest is wide. This can be challenging for some body structures. All right, roll the shoulders gently. And let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a few deep breaths. Inhale, arms up. All right. So now let's move on to our Xing Yi practice, starting with our Santi. Taking your right foot forward, your left foot forward, right foot turned out. And inhale the arms up. Exhale, begin to sink, lowering down into your stance. Thumbs closing in front of the mouth. Lift your left foot. Weight goes into the right. Press down. Heels press out. Hands press out. Elbows squeeze in. Knees squeeze in. Feel that loosening in the hips. And come back. Fist at the navel. Spiral your Phoenix Eye fist up on the right. Post your Phoenix Eye fist on the left. The hands open up to split. And let's hold it here for a second to find the alignment of the three dantians. Sinking down into the lower dantian. Elbows are out, armpits are open. We have this strong, rounded resilience in our posture. And now let's begin with Quan, splitting fist. And turning. Front foot turns in, toes and knees look at each other. Shift the weight and turn out. Post, split. And today, for our internal practice, we're going to continue to work on the virtues, cultivating the virtues as we practice, getting your focus, squeezing the lungs and then releasing. And so we're physically helping the body to heal, tonifying the lungs. And then we add the internal practice of the virtues, the virtue of good humor, the virtue of good character, helps to keep the lungs healthy, versus grief, grievances, depression, melancholy. So it's this idea of being able to be wrong, able to be able to laugh at yourself. And so we're going to turn that focus inwards on our good humor and our good character, in that we have integrity, courage, that our words and our actions and our thoughts are in alignment. That's what Santee and the Xing Yi practice help to set right within us. Letting Pichuan be a practice, a way for us to self-evaluate, for us to change our patterns of behavior, to be more in alignment with our true selves, our true nature, who we are honestly and sincerely. So just clear cut through that. Let the movements be a repeating pattern, a focus, and a virtue. And see how that feels. We're going to do one more there and back, and we'll move on to our next fist. Stay low. Stay steady. Remember to spring step off the back foot and land or follow with the back foot. The front foot is just there to help us advance in the direction that we want to go. So when we practice Xing Yi in this way, our slow and steady pace, it is a martial art that becomes a Qigong practice. So let's hold it here, or end with your left foot forward. Shift the weight into your front left leg. Step back with the right. Left heel in front of right. Hands at the qua. Stand up nice and tall. Inhale. And exhale. So one of the things I want to point out about the spring step and about the stance, whether you're in Santee or you're springing forward, you want your leg to be what is called a chicken leg, meaning that as human beings, we can straighten up. Our knees can straighten and our femur aligns over the tibia. But in this form, we always want a bend in the knee so that it looks like a dog's leg or a chicken's leg or an animal's leg. So, and that gives us that springing power. So when we imitate the creatures of nature, of animals, we cultivate that similar power that they have as animals. All right, so let's move on to our Zuan Quan, drilling fist, starting in Santee. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, sink in your stance. Lift your left foot. Pressing palms down and out. Inhale. Right, left, split. And our Zuan Quan, left palm open, spear fingers. Right Phoenix Eye Fist posts. Then we drill forward with our spring step. Remembering to put your focus here at the Mingmen, the reflex point for the kidneys between L3, L4 of the spine. And that's where we want that twist to come from. That's where we want the power of the fist and the twist of the fist to come from. Post. Palm out. Fist heart down or palm down. Getting our physical bearing to help tonify the kidneys. Palm open, fist down, drill forward. Drilling forward with our virtue of resiliency, self-reliance, our trustworthiness, our ability to trust ourselves, to trust in our own inner wisdom. And that wisdom comes from a space of inner wisdom within ourselves. That when we're still, even though we're moving, because we are also meditating on the virtues, there is a quality of stillness within our movements. Notice how our inner strength grows from this trust in ourselves, trust that everything is in order, that when we listen to our inner wisdom, things work out for the best. Through this practice, we can build relationships built on trust and respect. One more turn, and then we're going to close it. Ending with your left foot forward. Leaning into your left foot, taking a step back with the right, left heel in front of right. Returning back to balance, returning back to the eye of the storm. Should we ever get off track, we always know we can come back into our alignment, back into stillness, back into that center of calm, that center of peace within the core of ourselves. All right, let's move on to our Beng Quan, stomping fist or crushing fist. The element of wood. We just went over the element of metal, water, now wood. And the virtue associated with Beng Quan is the virtue of gentleness and kindness and our human-heartedness, our friendly nature. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Starting in Santee. Reaching down into the earth, pulling down the heavens, opening up to receiving more chi, and let it sink down into the lower dantian, just below the navel. Feel yourself oozing with gentleness. Where can you be gentle in your joints, in your muscles? Start to cultivate that flexibility and strength. And from here, we're going to step forward and spring step. Fist over fist. When you feel your right leg getting tired, because we're continuously advancing with the right foot back, feel free to switch to the left side. And we turn. Shift the weight, post, split the hands, spring step forward. All right, and then just switch. Taking your right foot forward. twisting across the abdomen, massaging the liver. Turning when you're ready. Noticing how when you are feeling kindness, you're feeling friendly, you feel open, you feel like giving naturally without any expectations. So your generosity just begins to flow, and that generosity can be just a simple smile, right? Just giving a little bit of your happiness out to the world. Or doing something small that could make somebody's day a little bit better, a little bit easier. And noticing how when we do things to help others, how good we feel inside. And turn. And when you're ready, switch back, left leg forward. Let's continue for a few more reps. All right, and hold it here. We're going to close it out, leaning into your front leg, stepping back on the right. As we shift our weight back, right hand comes in front, left fist, eye of the fist up. We clear off, step back, and close. Let's try that again. Starting with the left fist forward. We just ended with our spring step. Shift the weight forward, step back, shift back, lower your stance a little bit more, clear the right arm, and close. One more time. So hopefully through this practice, you started to feel your generosity come up, and all of those endorphins that we get, those feel-good hormones that we get from just doing something to help somebody else, right? Just to think of somebody else and to be giving and to be kind. So let's work on our next fist, and that is Pao Quan for the heart, the element of fire. And and the virtue of acceptance and compassion, and other associated attributes of forgiveness and open-heartedness. So let's start in our Santee. Sink down into your lower dantian. Focusing only on Pao Quan, or cannon fist. We're going to step slightly to the left, post, curl to your left, right fist coming over the left, and we're curling the fist and the wrists. And then we explode, spring step. So we rotate here, we extend out, arm is straight, but elbow is always slightly bent, not locked. Right? Locked fist is a locked arm is a broken arm, and it's also closed off to chi moving through the arm. So you lose power by doing that. And to the other side, we want to keep the chi flowing, keep the power moving through the body. Gently massaging the heart, loosening up anything that is heavy, stagnant, holding the heart back or holding it closed, and letting it release, letting it burn off. Let it transform, clearing the way for compassion, our forgiving nature, being able to accept the circumstances of life, accept the craziness, accept the turbulence, seeing how it's good that it's coming up to be cleared, to be acknowledged, to be recognized, without denying it. Acknowledgement. Acknowledging our strengths and our weaknesses, bringing them back into balance. Being able to rectify our hearts, to make them clear. Clear of all disturbances, anxieties. This is how we cultivate true inner power. So that we can be strong both inside and out. And let's end with the left foot forward. Shifting our weight, stepping back on the right, left heel in front of right, going back to our opening stance, our stance of Wuji, our stance of emptiness. Emptying our mind of all of these concepts. After we cultivate the virtues, we want to let them go and let it not just be in the mind, but let it be absorbed and digested by the body so that it can be integrated into your energy, your energetic field, your physical body. So now let's work on the last fist, Heng Quan, crossing fist, the element of earth, and the virtue of patience. So let's begin. Santi. Having your eyes open, gaze soft, but also turned inwards into your alignment. The three embodiments aligned. Our actions, our words, our thoughts coming into alignment, coming into focus. And not letting anything disturb this single pointed focus, no distractions allowed. And post. Coming back into Santi, let's step. And when we post, we're going to rotate the fists, heart of the fist, palm down, heart of the fist, palm up. We'll come in towards the spleen on your left side, squeezing the spleen, and then we spring step and we turn the fist over. Now, heart or palm of the fist up, and we're striking on the outside here. Step, post, spring step, cross. This is the fist that we've practiced the least. Mainly it's because it's the last of the fists. Like we mentioned last week, the earth element carries all of the other elements within it. And so we can say that the virtue associated with the spleen to help tonify, keep the spleen healthy is patience, but it could also be gratitude. Gratitude is the mother of all virtues. Without gratitude, we cannot be compassionate, kind, patient. Trusting. And so if we are to be like the eye of the storm, we must be patient. Let the storm pass. Releasing our worries. And adopting a posture of patience. What does patience look like for you? What does it feel like to be patient? Many times we feel like we must do something, but in some cases, what we must do is do nothing. And let whatever happens, happens. Let whatever is coming to you, let it come to you. And release all concerns, all need to control. Now let's turn and prepare to close. And notice how when you feel patient, you feel centered, grounded, confident. Ending with your left foot forward. Shift into the front leg, step back on the right. And the closing is similar to that of Beng Quan. We're going to shift back, clear, and close. And now that we have strengthened the body, relaxed the mind, we can now move back into a more meditative, silent, relaxed, quiet state of mind. So if you want to sit down for this closing meditation, feel free to do so. Let your legs rest. I know this is a leg intensive practice. If you want to stay standing, just bend your knees, let your hips sink, find that alignment in the spine. And let's take a few deep breaths. Letting the breath sink in. And with a soft, gentle smile, notice how good you feel in your body when you are aligned with your nature, feeling more carefree amongst all of the chaos. We find that peace within. Now let's go through all of the organs. Encouraging that virtuous nature in our organs again, smiling in the lungs, seeing your lungs pearl white, filled with laughter, good humor, a good disposition. Seeing, visualizing the lungs clear and bright. Notice how you breathe. And let your hands come down below your navel, pointing towards the kidneys, smiling in the kidneys. Feel the chi expanding through the arms and between your arms and your body. See your kidneys as two deep blue sapphires. See them infused with trust, self-reliance, resilience, wisdom, trust. Feel the kidneys relax, see them clear and bright. And relax the arms down. Let's take a deep breath in. Bring your arms back up. Point your hands towards the right side rib cage. See your liver filled with emerald green light, glowing brightly with kindness, gentleness, friendship, friendly, open, caring. Letting that build and grow. Relax the arms down. Inhale, bring your arms up. Palms facing the center of the chest, the heart center. Visualizing the heart glowing ruby red. Smiling in the heart. Doing our best to have love for all of life, even the parts that we don't like or don't enjoy. We can appreciate the lessons that they bring. Sometimes we can even love them more than the good times. Because they can mean so much more in changing the direction of our lives. We come to understanding ourselves, our needs, our desires. We learn how to understand others and learn how to communicate from the heart. And relax your arms down. One last meditation. Bring your hands up and pointing towards your spleen. Smiling in the spleen, seeing it shining golden yellow. Just sitting in that patience. Staying steady for as long as it takes. Sense of endurance, our enduring nature. But not enduring suffering, but enduring because we just allow things to be as they are. We endure because we don't control, but rather we go with the flow. And let that sensation, that imagery grow stronger in the spleen, helping us to stave off worrying, overthinking. Just letting things be as they are. And inhale the arms up with gratitude. Let it wash over. And let's seal in today's practice with our salute. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed this full Xing Yi practice. I'd like to invite you to continue watching our Tai Chi in the Park page as we have some Tai Chi conditioning videos that will be coming out for the next 12 weeks. Not Tai Chi movements, but movements that will help increase your vitality and help improve your Tai Chi. And at the end, there will be a full practice video for you to follow along and to condition your body in multiple ways to keep you balanced and healthy. So, and also you can look for us on our YouTube channel, Four Dragons Tai Chi, Tai Chi in the Park YouTube channel. Subscribe and like the videos. And follow us on Tai Chi in the Park next time you want to practice Tai Chi. Again, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And until we meet again, Dao An, wishing you peace on your path.